The following is sponsored content brought to you by TD Wealth.
It's a topic we like to talk about every couple of weeks here on Chat TV because it's important to you and your wealth and well-being. It's Wealth Wednesday. Brian Widmer, Senior Investment Advisor, Portfolio Manager with TD Wealth, is my guest here today. And with the conclusion of the U.S. election, it makes sense once again to talk about how what happened there can or can't affect people's money in Canada.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think it's a good time, and it only happens every 4 years, so it's probably worth some time to revisit now that the election's passed us.
Okay, so let's get right into it. So what do the U.S. election results mean for the stock markets here in Canada?
Well, I mean, I suppose it depends on how long of a time frame we're looking at.
Okay.
In the short term, we did see that Trump trade after the Republicans won the election. That was based on promises of lower tax rates and tariffs coming in. So that was obviously not a surprise had Trump won. But what's to come in stock markets over the coming months is never a sure bet.
Does the party that's in control, do the Republicans now with control of the House and the popular vote, do they control how the stock markets operate?
Well, this probably comes as a surprise to some people, but no, not really.
Okay.
It's not a bad thing. Historically, markets have trended higher regardless of which party was in power. That's not to say that governments don't impact the direction of markets. I mean, they certainly do. Their actions do. Their agreements do.
Right.
But other factors can affect markets in the short term as well, regardless of which government's in power. So that could be interest rate changes. It could be geopolitical events that we're seeing around the world right now. It could be new trade agreements that we might see in the coming couple of years.
Plus, we must not forget that Donald Trump will not be the United States president until January. Joe Biden is still the U.S. president right now. So what, if anything, should people do with their stocks right now?
I think I'm a broken record on this topic. I always am, and I know.
What's a record?
Fair enough. They're coming back. They're coming back. Yeah, but ultimately, people should just periodically, frequently review their investment portfolio with a qualified investment advisor. Just making sure that they're diversified and making sure that they not only understand the volatility they can expect from a portfolio like theirs, but they're comfortable with it. In the end, the biggest mistake we see investors make is trying to take short-term predictions and make changes in their investment portfolio to achieve some kind of a result. For the best chance of success, just don't guess.
Don't guess. Check with your investment advisor and make sure that your money is safe and not invested in short-term gains.
Exactly.
All right. That's Brian Widmer from TD Wealth. He is a senior investment advisor and portfolio manager. Thank you very much for being here. You've given us a lot to think about.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Okay. That's Chat News at noon for today. We are back at 5 with all the latest. Thank you very much for watching.
The preceding was sponsored content brought to you by TD Wealth.